No, actually it's posted. So tell me, Ryan, yesterday I watched you because I did the editing. When you came up to We Are Changing to Luke, I actually felt some love in Luke's eyes when he looked at you. and you were saying planes or no planes. What were you meaning on that?
Oh, it's just a joke. You know, I mean, you know, of course, 9/11 TV fuckery with a TV fakery activist, so basically, you know, it was pretty much in a jokingly kind of spirit.
Do you think that they feel that the strategy is not to talk about the TV fakery?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
like they know about it, they've seen September clues, but they don't think the public can handle it.
Yeah, well, Alex Jones doesn't promote it, so
yeah.
I mean, you know, if
but
Alex
they say they're not a follower of anybody, not of Les, of Luke, of Alex.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people can't agree on that. Yeah. I guess a lot of people believe in it, but you know.
I know I was a little shaken when I was told to go back to my corner.
Yeah.
You felt at my age, I felt like a child being scolded, you know?
Yeah.
But you've already been through that, I guess. Like when you first left the group, so to speak, left the group.
I mean, no one told me to go back in my corner yet, but so here
no,
we
they
are.
didn't. So did you start off here?
Yeah, I've come here plenty of times.
When was the first time you came?
First time I came here?
St. Mark's.
It was like in almost 2 years ago, like May of '06.
And then you were with Les Jameson's group?
Yeah, I mean it was pretty much a united group for Urantia Gate.
Oh, what's Urantia Gate?
Urantia Gate, basically Les's religion that he's a leader of, that he claims to have nothing to do with, but there's stuff all over the internet about his connections with this group, so...
But what difference would that make? Like, I wouldn't fault
No, it doesn't make any difference, but basically when people found out about it, he started expelling people from the group. So
oh, really?
When a major split came in.
He started expelling people from the group?
Yes.
Really? Wow. And then I
about
remember...
stuff that's all over the internet about it.
Yeah. Well, I remember looking at a DVD where Nico helped. They said, look at, here's a really crazy person. And when I saw it, I thought, wow, this guy's really angry about something. And I want to know what is that unmet need? He has a serious unmet need. And he wanted to be heard, Nico did.
Yeah.
And so we did a few shows with him, but then I didn't put them out. So, hey, could you take some of me with my bike?
Yeah, sure.
It's all recording. So, Ryan here's my cameraman, and you're a good cameraman. Yeah, you sort of follow the energy where the action is. I just wanted people to see my bike. Go around New York with this bike here. Now it's very snowy and icy. And this was a place that had meetings on 9/11 Truth for every single week since 9/11. Until Ryan just called it Urantia Gate, and it seemed as though somebody's religious preference, which shouldn't make a difference, became an issue. And at that point, Luke...
Well, really, the issue was about people talking about things that are all over the internet that are not supposed to, because the religion itself is completely irrelevant. It's just raised questions because it's...
Why deny something that's all over the internet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my experience, and this is what I'm sort of wrangling with, is that how much do the viewers really want to know? Like, if you really want to know things, it's a use it or lose it. And how often, when we have access to practically any information we want, do we not go on the internet and check it out? So that we want to, come to a church every week and be told what's right and what's wrong. And I think my run-in came when I wanted to learn more about directed energy weapons. And the more I learned, the simpler the situation got. Until finally somebody sent me a DVD in the mail, because I guess they figured it would have been taken down if it was posted on YouTube, where they show the people behind 9/11, and they are the most respected people in our society. In which case, now you have a situation of, oh my God, if I'm at a party with one of these people, what do you do? And I think we have to create connections of empathy, which means, like Al Duffy said, who did 9/11 in a certain way, all of us are responsible. But before you get to that sublime realization, I think you have to have a little more details and people who are a little more specifically capable of having the power to make certain decisions, with the microwave weaponry and so on. Does that make sense to you, Ryan?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where are you at on it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm into the energy weapons. You know, I mean, to say that I don't believe that it was strictly thermite. I mean,
I know,
people
but-
shouldn't attack people that question that it might have been something other than strictly
That's
simply
right.
thermite.
There is an attack mode, isn't there?
Yeah.
Or they say beam weapons.
Yeah,
where
space
it's
beams.
Space beams. Whereas actually what it is the satellites would be giving the vectors for the big machinery, the heavy machinery on the ground that would have the kind of power to be able to do the type of destruction that we saw. Now the positive side of this is it's a demonstration of zero-point energy, or of an energy source that's much faster than what we've known with oil or what other energy, coal, like that. So while we're wrangling around with whether CO2 is bad, you know, like exhaling is bad, and this austerity that's going to be coming and taxation that's going to be coming if the global warming false science, I feel, is swallowed, then you can see people are fighting on non-issues. And you could look at 9/11 as this stupendous demonstration of a vaster technology that could liberate humanity. Should we call it a wrap?
Fun.
Just
This
push the
one.
button. Oh yeah, thanks. What do you know about binary economics?
Binary economics. I know nothing about binary economics, actually.
Just
Could you explain binary economics for us?
Well, I'd love to explain that because it's one of the brightest points along with zero-point energy. Most of our wealth, unlike at the time of Adam Smith, who didn't even know what a machine was, comes not from labor, but from capital. And so machinery or horses or anything that can produce wealth other than human labor becomes a resource that builds up wealth. So binary means wealth is from two things, labor and capital. And as more time goes on, more and more of the wealth comes from capital and has very little to do with the labor. If our society was functioning in an efficient way, we would be gainfully 100% unemployed. So
There he is!
What's up?
FBI!
Satanica.
what have you got around your neck,
Garlic.
Nico?
It's an anti-Urantia Satanica tool.
Oh, you're the FBI. People will be so frightened. Did you get the FBI hat?
Oh, that's just a fan of the old school FBI.
You're a fan of old school FBI?
And he's still coming here, man.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hi, Satanica.
How's it going, man?
Hello, buddy. What's going on?
Still coming here, man. So you smell it.
Yeah, trying to.
How long have you been coming here?
Long
He's
time,
an old
man.
timer.
Yeah.
This guy, I forgot his name, but he's featured in Martial Law at 9/11, The Rise of the Police State.
Oh, wow.
I got a bit
You're
part.
cameo.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of binary
he's a movie star.
economics?
No.
No?
No one knows
How
what it
most
is.
of what we're going to start knowing. It
Binary
means that
is that
most
what's in
wealth
store
comes
for us?
from capital, not labor, and private property has been demonized. But private property just needs to be more widely distributed. You know, allow people to take care of their stuff.
I like that. Redistribute the wealth.
Yeah.
What's that? You got vampires?
Yeah, it's against the church.
Against the church? What's going on with the church?
It's Satanica.
Say, what's up with Frank Morales? Is he still
Yeah,
here?
what's the
I
official
think
one?
he's still here. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but 2-3 weeks
Maybe,
ago.
maybe not officially.
Oh, but he'll be
They
here
say he
tonight?
got fired.
He'll be here tonight?
Well,
All right, let's go in.
supposed to be.
You know a new show? Namti Fuckery?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You seen
Heard
it?
it? You seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I
So
heard it.
Prince remix approved by Prince. It's almost 3,000 hits.
It's fuckery, not fakery.
Yeah, it's Fuckery.
Fucker.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
parody on MTV. We presenting an reality TV show with fucked up reality TV fakery activists. And we have our own music tracks. So we did a cover version of Prince 999. It was first wiped, but in the remix, uploaded again and now approved by Prince because he's wiping every Prince track. And then we officially endorse now Hillary for You and Me. It's another tacky song based on Jackson 5. It's also approved. It's in the top 3 Google.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to see what's going on. You guys going to come in?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also endorsing. What's his name?
Huckabee. Huckabee. He's a Huckabee supporter. He's endorsing Huckabee.
right.
This thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to cross in this way.
Frank, let's just put my bike.
Hey, I still have to. You have to find an Oscar. Oh, cancel?
All right.
No, anyway, I don't want to go in.
famous people.
So you're not into Oscar? I don't get it. No one of your friends watching Oscars tonight? Yeah, they don't let me in. One year church
Actually, you're not going to streak or anything.
1 year church activity.
So that's really nice. Frank Morales just said it's okay for. Hey, Les.
Yeah.
Hey, look. How's it going? How you doing?
So,
Oh, right,
yeah,
Les.
make promo for this. Yeah, Latino Jesus versus UFO Jesus. In brackets, Juice at 911 remix.
Oh, sounds like one of those mashups.
Les, this is my new thing, Binary Economics. Have you ever been interested in stuff like that? Would you like to come and do a show on it?
You got that?
Don't know.
James?
I'll contact you about it. It's the latest thing I'm excited about.
Are you showing the Oscars later?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll show the Oscars?
Yeah.
You can see them at home now. Yeah, I'll get it back. So you put it in and
Yeah.
Hey, Gordon, how you been?
How's it going?
Good.
Hi.
How you been?
See you. Why don't you be in the army?
No, not yet.
No, don't say yet.
Yeah, this is a petition to try to reopen the
No
investigation.
plan of lecture.
And we want to get it onto the ballot in November so that people can vote for it.
Who's going to sponsor it?
Oh, it's 9/11 Truth Movement. But they're summoning up the commissions of the a commission of independent commission of the likes of let's see, we've got
You're always
All
ripping
the
Harold.
work I've been doing on the revolution. You know, pads and pads of paper with words, meticulous. I have drafted the revolution. Although Clark Kissinger recently said, Joe, why don't you just print it out and quit yakking about it?
Hey, can you give Harold Channer a break, Joe?
Well,
Because don't you do the same thing?
I've talked with Harold yesterday and today,
Oh, good.
and I haven't sent him any of my heavy-duty letters. I thought I should put him on paper and then bring him over to his house with some herbal supplements so that he'd be in the right frame of mind.
Joe, did you see what I got from one of my viewers on YouTube in Memphis about Harold? Did you read that?
No, I didn't.
He thought the letter would be too severe, and then he made some. Oh, you didn't. Well, then I'm gonna. It must
Well,
be
I have
in
a
your
new
inbox.
improved version, but
Well, you got to look at Robbins.
but mainly the idea is to appreciate how when somebody is talking, interruptions are usually tragedies. That they could usually do better without the interruption. The way Amy Goodman interviews people, I think, is quite beautiful and is not intrusive, not interrupting. And I think when she interrupts, when she poses a question, it is with such a good sense of respecting the completion of the thought that her questions typically enable the speaker to even embrace more. You know, they're actually helpful.
Right.
But it's the way I
Right,
would
you
score
empathize.
Harold's is, "Oi, Harold, you shouldn't have done it." That's and to get Harold to see that is very difficult. But I did appeal to Harold's senses of letting his audience see in this lifetime this change. You know, it's easy for him to die of a heart attack, and we never get to see a new Harold. But what I want to see is a new, smiling Harold nodding supportively as people get a chance to finish their thoughts. And I was thinking it could be an ad for marijuana, that if he kept smoking instead of interrupting, you know, it could be the marijuana industry could pay him as the as the poster boy for the curative properties of marijuana.
Just a second, I want a disclaimer. There's absolutely no marijuana in the vicinity. Joe had come over and he brought me a DVD that I had asked for from one of my viewers called Alphaniggas. Did you know that's his name, Alphaniggas? Oh, here, there's the DVD. And he said that if he could get Nico Haupt freaking out at St. Mark's Church, which was the pivotal DVD that got me to say, wow, there's a serious unmet need here. And that's how I started to get into the 9/11 TV fakery, although it was many months until I actually grasped it. But I could see from this DVD that there was a lot more going on than met the eye. So one of the viewers, Alphaniggas, said that he would give me $75 for that DVD, because I was doing an appeal for donations. And then I said, he wanted me to mail it, and he would send me the check or whatever. And then I said, I'd really like to meet you in person, because this was one viewer that had been writing so many comments, and I wanted less transparency. I wanted transparency.
Do you have any sense of why you wanted it?
I don't know, but he said that he's 3 people under that handle.
What's that mean?
That means that we have professionals on our site. Hard to believe, huh?
You mean he represents a group?
He represents a group. People that are probably paid to take a look at what's going on with public access. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm still can't quite get a handle on why he wants the DVD. That Nico did put it up, but then he mashed it up.
I don't know what Nico's done with it. I didn't talk to him about it, but it really is a very important DVD.
And I think
really
Les
is.
put it up too.
Maybe Les put it up too. A lot of people felt that it would discredit the no planer stance because he was so angry. But sometimes anger is a tragic expression of an unmet need, and that's what I wanted to know. What need was not being met? And incidentally, we were at St. Mark's Church yesterday, and Frank Morales was very nice when Nico Haupt came in with some garlic around his neck.
I couldn't quite get the sense of that. What was that all about? Tell me more.
Well,
'cause Frank couldn't figure it out.
Frank?
Yeah.
Frank couldn't figure out what?
What was the idea of your appearing at the door?
Oh, Frank, I always try to stay on good terms with everybody.
But Nico wasn't welcome in the room, I think.
In the past, Nico wasn't welcome, no.
So you were hoping that you could promote a rapprochement?
Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping for. The other thing is We Are Change split up after the Nico blow-up. And then We Are Change, I think none of those people feel comfortable at the church either.
Well, part of the problem is, if he is going to wear the garlic, then he's not in peace mode particularly. The problem with Nico
No, but garlic is a really...
interrupt.
Garlic is in California, the garlic capital of the world, Watsonville. They said garlic is like 10 Jewish mothers. It's very protective. And, you know, one might become interested in herbology when you saw it because it worked. There were much better vibes at St. Mark's Church than there was down at Ground Zero when I went over to Luke and Sabrina, and they told me to go back to my corner because I'm staking out a no planers corner. And I don't know, staking out, I just felt, you know, somebody should be down there and be available for this position. And I had a beautiful interview with Al Duffy, and then the last few minutes of tape was very, very uncomfortable confrontation with We Are Change. So relatively speaking, St. Mark's Church was a very nice place to be. And Frank said, come on, Nico, it's fine. He didn't have a problem.
So he was invited in?
Yeah.
But he didn't come in?
Yeah, he came in.
And then what happened?
I haven't edited the footage.
How long did he stay in?
Well, we were supposed to have that Rodriguez guy, but I don't think he showed up. And then
He showed up.
I wanted to... He did show up? Did you go?
Yeah, I taped him.
So I wanted to go to see the Oscars at Harold Chandler's with Nico. So that's what happened. That started at 8.
Oh.
How was it with Rodriguez?
Huh?
How was it with Rodriguez?
He talked well. He was photographed by me and Les. I came about 10 minutes late. And then I shot up one reel, and I had like about 20 minutes into another 60-minute tape, and it dawned on me to let's have a session of him and me on tape. And at the place was my favorite cameraman, Ed Fambry, who's a friend of Harold's, who shows up, but he's like a high-paid commercial videographer, cameraman. And he has called me up at times to say he liked a particular show or other. And so I've always felt on good terms with him. So I said right away, would you shoot it? And he said, yeah, I'll do it. So then it was just a matter of getting Willie's okay on the deal. And Willie says, no, he doesn't appear on camera except in a suit and tie. So I said, well, we already shot an hour and a half of you in a black sweatshirt.
What did he say?
He said, I hereby don't give you, I withdraw or whatever. You don't get permission to use that. It's only for personal use.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it was consistent. I mean, if he does believe that necktie is the only way to go, I was hurt that it didn't occur to me that that was an issue, that I thought we were shooting keepers. But, and then I had to look in Les's eyes like, well, he has that right, it's his choice to make if he doesn't want to release it. I said, let's send him a DVD of what it looks like. Maybe he'll see that he looks okay in a black sweatshirt.
Have you ever considered, Joe, that maybe that story of controlled demolition is not true and he's a plant and the story's not true and he might have something to hide and he uses that as an excuse?
The answer is no, that his sincerity did come through pretty good.
Yeah, but Joe, just a
he
second.
does walk a tightrope.
What about the sincerity of respect for a photographer's time? I mean, you're known as the man who covers these events.
He doesn't know me that way. He hasn't met me.
But why the hell would he come to a public event and speak and not have it taped? I think there's something hiding there. Why?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised, Paula Gloria, that you were able to come up with a new wrinkle. Yeah, what about that? Well, I will say what I was listening for was from new information. I did want to know if he had come to a conclusion of what was going on that 34th floor. And he said that he knew that floor well, that when he would hide out for his lunch and didn't want to be bothered, he would go to that floor. He was the only one, plus one or two other people, who had a key to that floor. But this particular time, he decided not to use his key to go in and see, because there was the sound of so much activity there. So that held up okay. I did ask him one question myself. I asked him if it was unusual. I had seen scaffolds with men on the north face of the North Tower in mid-August before September 11. And he said they were probably just cleaning windows. And I said, but I understood that the window cleaning had been engineered to be just robotic, that they had a robotic window cleaning system. And he said they did have robotic, but that in addition they did use scaffolding. Because up until that very moment, boing, I was thinking, oh, they were planting explosives on the... Well, that's one way to plant explosives, is from the outside. So you don't have to knock on doors and get into offices. You could just stick cutting charges all over the outside columns with a little wire here, a little battery there.
So, Joe, you're a charge hugger.
I'm a charge hugger. I am a charge hugger. I have seen the light that cutting charges work so beautifully. If they're arranged well and they're timed well, that is the way to bring a building down. But it comes down to this, Paula Gloria, dear heart. If a building comes down with controlled demolition, we're talking about the force of gravity being used professionally, methodically, masterfully. When you have gravity being used masterfully to bring down a building, then it does come down, lo and behold, around the speed of gravity. And those buildings came down within a second or two of the speed of a falling ball, which is normal controlled demolition. So it doesn't take a struggle with the imagination to imagine beam weapons and exotic space weapons or anything special, except lots of explosives distributed well, timed well, albeit with cutting charges, which are not quite the same as explosives. You would agree there's two different things there, Paula? Explosives and cutting charges?
I just don't think any controlled demolition looks like the kind of smoke and dust that you saw at 9/11.
Any kind of controlled demolition looks like the smoke and dust. Now let's go back.
I saw one.
When I see the smoke and dust, it makes me totally at peace. I think, oh, there it is, proof of controlled demolition. And you're looking at it and saying, oh, proof it's not controlled demolition.
Oh. Hear me, because I'm on the other side of the room. What's on your mind, George?
Well, have I got interesting news for you?
Oh,
okay.
Great.
Okay. Ivanka Trump has called me, and she said she's getting tired of some of her boyfriends. And I said, yes, Ivanka. And she said, can I give them to Paula Gloria when I'm through with them?
You've got to be teasing me.
No, so Ivanka wants to pawn off some of her old, tired boyfriends that she's sick of because she wants new, fresh blood all the time on Paula Gloria. So be ready.
You have such a great sense of humor.
Well, Ivanka does too, okay?
Okay.
And so she said, if there's anybody who deserves my old boyfriends, it's Paula.
Aw. Does she watch my show?
Yes, okay?
Really?
So
That's
she
amazing.
wants to see these guys on your show soon, okay?
Why not? Why not? I'm always up for an adventure.
What a surprise.